Council meeting number 5, December 18, 2017. Let's stand for the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, call the roll, please.
Burns.
Here.
Collins.
Here.
Herbie.
Here.
Holt.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
Moore.
Here.
Nuss.
Here.
All members are present and accounted for. Item number 2 is minutes. You would have received a copy of the minutes in your packet. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Hearing none. Item number 3 is presentation. Mr. Paul Brim, Business of the Month, Roll Restaurant.
Mayor, you can, I don't think they were able to join us, so if you, but.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you, Mayor, members of council. Tonight, we are recognizing our December Business of the Month that happens to be one of our newest members to our business community. In September of this year, the owners of Hammer Grocery on Northland opened what has quickly become a Forest Park favorite. And please, Eddie, don't get upset because I'm talking about another restaurant. So, Hammer Restaurant is indeed the crown jewel of Indian and Nepali cuisine here in Greater Cincinnati. Owner Bakash Katka and his family proudly offer culturally authentic food in a relaxed and friendly atmosphere. Made from the freshest possible ingredients, their outstanding menu features some popular dishes such as chicken curry, chicken tikka, and shrimp biryani, and I'm sure I mispronounced 2 of those. They even offer traditional Nepali tea and homemade desserts to end your meal. Top off your experience with first-class service, and a trip to Hammer is sure to be an experience you won't forget and one that you'll want to repeat. So make sure you plan a visit to one of our newest members of our business community, Hammer Restaurant, 677 Northland in the Forest Park Plaza over the holidays. You can take a delicious trip to Nepal or India, all without leaving Forest Park. We welcome Hammer to our business community and wish them many years of success at their new home in our original business district on Northland. When I talked to Prakash over the weekend, I understood that he may not be able to be here. He's probably working. So I will make sure that he gets the award, and we're certainly happy to have another family-owned business in that space. As all of you know, this is we had the Forest Park Restaurant there for almost 5 decades, I guess, in that space. So it's nice to have another family-owned and quality restaurant taking over that area. So we're looking forward to a long and mutually beneficial relationship with them.
Thanks, Paul. I can attest to the fact that it's very good. I've been there twice. Okay, we have a motion. Councilwoman Herbie.
I would move to amend the agenda and take up at this time item D under new business, a motion to appoint a candidate to a board or commission.
Second.
Been moved and second that we amend the agenda to take up at this time an item D on the new business, which is a motion to appoint a candidate to a board or commission. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, the clerk call the roll on the motion to amend the agenda.
Burns.
Yes.
Collins.
Yes.
Herbie.
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes,
Moore.
Yes.
Nuss.
Yes.
the motion to amend the agenda passes 7-0. So we will move to item D. It's a motion, Councilwoman Holt.
I would like to make a motion to appoint Mr. Edward Miners to the Economic Development Commission for the term expiring November 30th, 2018.
Second.
Been moved and second that we appoint Mr. Edward Miners to the Economic Development Commission for a term expiring November 30, 2018. Is there any discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion to appoint Mr. Miner, let it be known by the sign of voting aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Mr. Miner is not with us.
Yes, he is.
Oh. Why was I? Wait a minute. I thought you were La Rosa.
He's La Rosa's.
I thought he was here for something else.
Third generation La Rosas. That's right.
Give us an update on the drive-through.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Okay. Would you raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, and state your name,
I, Edward James Miners,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Ohio,
of the State of Ohio,
the Charter
the Charter
of the Municipality
of the Municipality
of Forest Park, Ohio,
of Forest Park, Ohio,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
as a member
as a member
of the Economic Development Commission.
of the Economic Development Commission.
Congratulations, sir.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
Would you like a word or two? I hope.
No.
Let's go.
Thank you, everybody, for having me. I'm glad to be aboard. Thank you.
Thank you. Paul?
I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about Eddie and his family. As we all know, his family and his father have been a part of this community for how many? 34 years, and just a tremendous and valuable asset to Forest Park over that time. His dad was an outstanding member of our Northland business community and somebody that I just loved working with, and I can't wait to start working with Eddie. In this role, we're very fortunate to have them as a member of our business community. And as all of you know, with the changes that are coming on Northland, it would have been very easy for this family to pick up and move to a different location. They made a commitment to stay here in Forest Park. They're actually going to have as many employees, if not more, at the new reconfigured La Rosa's on Northland, and we're working with Eddie on some other things too. Indeed. So just a wonderful family, and we're looking forward to working with them for many years to come.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is communications from the public. This is the time for citizens to comment on matters before council or to ask questions of concern to them. We recognize, please come forward to the podium, give your name and address, and then state your comments or questions. Council meetings are tape recorded for ease of transcription. Comments are limited to 5 minutes. Anybody from the public want to make a comment or not? Next item on the agenda, item number 5, reports of standing committees. First standing committee is Public Improvement and Facilities. Councilwoman Moore.
Thank you, Mayor Johnson. Just some Founders Park, we have some renovation going there, and we're replacing some new concrete, and then some old landscaping was removed, and new plants will be planted this spring. And then this existing brickwork will be pointed up and power washed. And that completes my report.
Any questions for Councilwoman Moore? Hearing none, Councilwoman Moore, at this time, I don't have any items on the agenda for you for the work session on the 8th. When we return, do you have any to add?
No.
Next report, Public Safety Committee, Councilwoman Nuss.
Yes, thank you, Mayor Johnson. After some time of being dormant since 2013, I am happy to announce that the Public Safety Committee will be meeting January 24th, 2018 at 5 p.m. in Conference Room 3B. I'm looking very much forward to this, as well as other members of our public safety, including fire and police department folks that I've talked to. So it'll be really exciting to get to know those folks. Last Saturday, Officer Rebecca and a couple of our other finalists participated in the 40th annual and final Shop with a Cop. Police, our Forest Park Police, and other members of Greater Cincinnati brought a number of students that were in need for Christmas and to help build bridges between the policing community to the Westwood Walmart, and that program went very well. On Friday, January 5th, 2018, we will celebrate the decades of service. Our Assistant Fire Chief, Mike Rupp, has served this community. That retirement open house will take place at the Senior Center from 11:30 to 2 p.m. Our RSVPs are appreciated but not required, and contact Harold Hayes at the headquarters. That concludes my report at this time.
Any questions for Councilwoman Nuss? Hearing none, Councilwoman Nuss, I have no items on the agenda for public safety. Do you have any to add?
No, sir, I do not.
Next committee report is Ways and Means. Councilwoman Herbie.
I have no report.
Any questions for Councilwoman Herbie? Hearing none, no items on the agenda. Do you have any to add?
No, sir.
Next report is Community Development, Mr. Burns.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to report a couple things on the Community Development Block Grant that was applied for. It turns out that all 4 items that were requested were approved for various years. The remodeling of the municipal building and adding ADA compliant access was approved for 2019. For the years 2018 through 2020, the home improvement and small repair grant was approved. The Senior Center North entrance improvement was approved for the year 2020. And the Grandin Avenue Street rehabilitation was approved for the year 2020 as well. All of these are contributions. They're not fully funded. They're just contributions toward this grant. But that's great. It's a great achievement for the staff in their application for this, and it will help the city. If there are any questions, I'll be glad to answer at this time.
Questions for Mr. Burns? Hearing none, Mr. Burns, I have no items on the agenda for you. Do you have any to add?
No, I don't. Thank you.
Next committee is Law Committee, Councilwoman Collins.
I have no report, Mr. Mayor, from the Law Committee at this time, but I'm available for questions.
Questions for Councilwoman Collins? Hearing none, I have no items on the agenda for you at this time. Do you have any to add?
No, I do not.
Next report is Human Resources Committee, Councilwoman Holt.
I do not have a human resource report tonight, but however, I would like to wish everybody a happy holiday season and be safe. That would conclude my report. Thank you.
Questions for Councilwoman Holt? Hearing none, Councilwoman Holt, I have no item for you. Do you have any to add?
No, I do not.
Next item on the agenda is Intergovernmental Relations and Communications. It's my committee. I have no report, but I would answer any questions if there are any. Hearing none, we will go to item number 6, the mayor's report. Under the mayor's report, I would like to echo the wish that everybody would have a happy and safe holiday season, whatever those holidays may be under your particular persuasion. Also, I would like to thank the Parks and Recreation Commission for another annual outstanding job, Breakfast with Santa. Seemed to me there were more kids there this year than we've had in the past.
It was. I think it was one of our largest.
Yeah, it was a boatload of them down there. And the Santa was good too. Yeah, he did a good job. So again, I want to thank you all for that. It's one of the annual activities that the city, that we do here in the city, and it's well appreciated by the kids, I won't say and the parents, but I think the parents, some of them enjoyed it, and others wish they were somewhere else, but it was a nice event. Also, I'd like to report that I made 2 visits. One was to the elementary school over in Kingsbury, their 4th grade class. They're doing a project on how government works, so I went over and spent some time with them discussing government and how it works and how they could get involved in their local government process. There were 2, they divided the kids into 2 groups because it was the entire 4th grade. It's amazing some of the kinds of questions they asked. I think one of the primary questions was how much you make, but they were. And one of the more interesting questions was, why do old people not vote? Which I thought was very interesting as well. Then, and last week, I also went to the intermediate school where the 6th graders had done projects and also government related. One of the projects that they are working on has to do with how they can influence a project from beginning to end, that is, from the idea of a thought about an issue through bringing it to the council and having council to hear what they have to say. They will be coming to us in January. The issue that they're going to be bringing before council is adding additional crosswalks on Waycross at the entrances to the intermediate school. Now, they have done a lot of work. They've done a lot of research, far more than I would have anticipated a sixth grade class to do, even to the point of knowing what percentage of kids overall are walkers and knowing what percentage of kids in each class are walkers based on total numbers. And they have some very interesting ideas. So I look forward to have them to come as well. And just as an update so that you know, the clerk of council did send an invitation to the athletic director. There was a request made to have some members of the Winton Woods High School football team attend the council meeting. We're still waiting to hear back on that. So we have no definitive time, nor do we know who those people would be. That would end my report. I will answer any questions if there are any. Hearing none, thank you. Next item on the agenda is item number 7, the city manager's report. Mr. Hodges.
Thank you. I'll be brief and report that the departmental reports have all been completed. They've been included in the council packet. They've also been placed on file with the clerk of council. I'll also report that this will be my last and final report from the DS. And we have had a good run, and I have an announcement for the progress to be coming out very, very soon. And in that progress, I give a small comment from the city manager, but overall is to say thank you to the community, thank you for the council, thanks to all the department heads, staff, and volunteers that I've worked with over the years. As I say, it's been a great experience, and my last and final words for the official record is I thank the community for the opportunity to serve. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to ask that we not make comments at this time. Because I want you to hold those in reserve and give some thought to them just at this time. Well, let me put it this way. If you have a comment to make, limit your comment to less than 10 seconds so that we can move on, and that we will take another opportunity to do just that.
I just think that the community and the council should thank Ray for his 32 years of service, and I appreciate his leadership over those years.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Any other questions or comments for the city manager? Thank you, sir. Next item on the agenda is item number 8, other reports. First of those will be the law director, Mr. Wyckoff.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Since last council meeting, I've been reviewing several contracts, one of which is the contract to do the city's website and services related to that site. Also, contract for the public funds collateral action that's required, and review of a proposed plan administrative agreement with the Ohio Association of Professional Firefighters. That is where the firefighters' pension funds are deposited and maintained. Other than that, I have nothing else unless there are any questions.
Any questions for law director? Hearing none. Thank you, Mr. Wyckoff. Next report, clerk of council, Mrs. Dirksen.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to report that ordinance numbers 29-2017 and 30-2017 were posted as required. And that concludes my report.
Any questions for clerk of council? Hearing none. Thank you, Mrs. Dirksen. Next item is item number 9, new business. Is there a motion, Mr. Barnes?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move to suspend the rules requiring the reading in full on 2 separate days and read for the first time by title only, ordinance number 31-2017. This ordinance was posted 6 days prior to this
Second.
meeting.
Been moved and second that we suspend the rules requiring the reading in full and read on 2 separate days for the first time by title only, ordinance number 31-2017. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll on the motion to suspend the rules?
Collins,
Yes.
Herbie,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Burns.
Yes.
The motion to suspend the rules passes 7-0. This time we'll take up item A on the new business ordinance number 31-2017. Would the clerk please read that ordinance by title only?
Ordinance number 31-2017, amending annual 2017 appropriation ordinance 18-2016.
Is there a motion, Councilwoman Herbie?
Yes, I would move adoption of ordinance number 31-2017.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second that we adopt ordinance number 31-2017. Is there discussion, Councilwoman Herbie?
This is a routine matter we do every year at this time. There are items from time to time that come up after the appropriations have been done that are unexpected and require perhaps additional money from that particular line item of a fund. And generally what happens at the end of the year, if that occurs, is we take money from another line item in the fund and reappropriate it to cover that cost. And so I would urge adoption of this routine ordinance. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. Clerk, please call the roll on 31-2017.
Herbie,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Burns,
Yes.
Collins.
Yes.
Ordinance 31-2017 passes 7-0. Next item on, is a motion. Mr. Barnes?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move to suspend the rules requiring the reading in full and read by title only resolutions number 44-2017 and 45-2017. These resolutions were posted 6 days prior to this meeting.
Second.
It's been moved and second that we suspend the rules requiring the reading in full and read by title only resolutions number 44 and 45-2017. Is there discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll on the motion to suspend?
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Burns,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
Herbie.
Yes.
Motion to suspend passes 7-0. First item under first resolution, item B, resolution 44-2017. Is there a motion, Councilwoman Moore?
Yes. I move to adopt resolution number 44-217.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor. I didn't read it.
You have to read it first. I'm sorry.
Resolution number 44-2017, accepting the bid of Gridiron Construction doing business as Bearcat Construction for the 2017 City of Forest Park Fire Department driveway repairs.
Okay, thank you. Now, is there a motion, Councilwoman Moore?
Yes. I move to adopt resolution 44-2017.
Second.
It's been moved and second that we adopt resolution 44-2017. Is there a discussion, Councilwoman Moore?
This is just routine repair for their the firehouse driveway, and so that will complete my report.
Okay, any further discussion on the item? Hearing now, would the clerk please call the roll on resolution 44-2017?
Johnson,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Burns,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
Herbie,
Yes.
Holt.
Yeah.
Resolution 44-2017 passes 7-0.
These prices.
Is there, next item on the agenda is item C, resolution 45-2017. Would the clerk please read that resolution by title only?
Resolution number 45-2017, a resolution expressing support to maintain all existing Metro bus routes in and through the city of Forest Park, Ohio.
Is there a motion, Mr. Barnes?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move for the adoption of resolution 45-2017.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adopt resolution 45-2017. Is there a discussion, Mr. Barnes?
Yes, thank you. This resolution is voicing our support for the opposition, along with the opposition of potential bus routes being removed by the SORTA group, specifically route number 23X, which is the express route, the morning and evening express route for commuters, as well as others that could be potentially removed by SORTA. The City of Springdale has also passed a resolution as such, and we would like to join them in stating our opposition to the decision or potential decision made by the SORTA organization. And with that, I would urge adoption of Resolution 45-2017.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk call the roll on 45-2017?
Moore,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Burns,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
Herbie,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes. Resolution 45-2017 passes 7-0. Next item on the agenda is item E, a motion. Councilwoman Herbie.
I would move to receive the general fund summary report as contained in the departmental reports.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we receive the general fund summary report as contained in the departmental reports. Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none. All those in favor of the motion, let it be known by the sign of voting aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes unanimously. Is there any further business to come before the body? Mr. B.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And I know you asked for the whole comments, but,
That's what we're getting to now.
okay. Well, I knew you were about to adjourn.
Now, we're going to do that, see if there was any other business before going to that one. Okay, if there's no further business before the body, we will now go back to comments from council members regarding Mr. Hodges' retirement.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
question. Is it at this time that I could ask that something be added to our work session agenda?
Yeah, well, yes, okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Mr. Burns, since we have the resolution expressing the support for the Metro in Forest Park, can we also maybe discuss some of the greater issues with Metro services that impact our residents? With the Better Bus Coalition, they would like to do a presentation that I think could benefit our residents and understanding what all that means and how sorters kind of the issues surrounding and how we can maintain our bus routes further.
We will discuss that with Mr. Smith, and he will guide us in what and how we should proceed with that.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Mr. Burns, you're up on your comment.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And honestly, I'm not prepared, but I just wanted, I didn't want this day to depart, and us depart from this meeting without recognizing Ray for his accomplishments, because if I'm not mistaken, he's probably is the longest running city manager in Forest Park and possibly even in this region. And without giving him his due in that accomplishment alone, we would be remiss. He has been a great example for, I can honestly say, generations of council members, a stalwart person by his own leadership, ethics, morals, and, just being a person who is going to give a solid, consistent, worthy answer in any situation. Well thought through, collaborative, and you're going to be missed, Ray. I know Ty is sitting here, and I'm building the shoes that he's got to fill, but he knows those shoes because he's been with those shoes for a long time. So, Ray, thank you for being here. Thank you for being the example to help me, especially, and I can only speak for me, as I went through this journey of learning what this role is all about, and being that person that just kind of kept an even keel in the heat of battle in often situations. I know here and with our council, other councils before us. So just thank you for being there.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Anyone else would like to make a comment?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Hodges, 2 years ago when I was elected to council, I was one of the greenest people to come to council in a very long time. I would like to thank you for your wisdom. You quickly became my go-to person for everything. I mean, minor things, and you treated them with the utmost importance. I would also like to thank you for your fairness. where I can only speak for myself on council, we believe that our issues are the most important issues in the world, and they demand immediate attention. And even if when there are conflicting opinions on council, you seem to come down right in the middle of what's fair and best for our residents. And I really appreciate that, even when my point of view did not carry the day. The fact that I could look back and say, well, he decided that fairly, it just meant a lot to us, and it served a very valuable position for the city. Thank you for being you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Anyone else? Okay. Ray, having been with you the longest here, I would tell you that you made me learn how to do things in the right way. I know, going back to the early days on council, council has not always been the easiest group of people to work with. And even through those times when there was a lot of bickering, there was a lot of nonsense going on, there were people who were trying to go over, around, and through you, you were able to maintain that level of civility that it took, while at the same time moving the city forward. The one thing that I've always noted is, no matter what the issues are, no matter what the decisions that had to be made, they were always made with the context of making Forest Park better. I don't think at that particular time, those particular times, over those 33 years, that anybody else could have done the job that you did. There had to have been times when you wanted to just throw up your hands and say, the heck with this, I don't need this. There had to have been times when you wanted to just really let some members of council know what what was really going through your mind and what you really thought. But through it all, you remained very professional. You, in a very quiet and professional manner, you were able to let council, always have council to understand the distinction, the role distinctions between what your job is and what the council's positions are. It's very easy for council members to muddle that line, because we're only here a few hours a night, a few days a week. You're here all day, every day. And you see all of the good and the bad. And when we wanted to go beyond what our authority was, I've never heard you say, council, you don't have the right to do that, or council can't do that. You very professionally would bring us back to where we needed to be. And as I said, I know that there were times when that had to be very, very difficult to do. And there were times when I wanted to just say, tell people exactly where I wanted them to stick it, and you would say, well, Chuck, you can see it in a different way, even though the meaning might be the same, but you can get that message over in another way. And I know, as Wendell said, Ty is going to follow right along in that, because like me, he has been there watching you do it and watching how you do it. It's not to say he's not going to have his own way of doing things, but I know in conversations with him, he's learned a lot, and he's very appreciative, just as I am. So thanks. I know where to find you. I'll try not to find you very often, but I know where to find you if I need. So thanks a lot, Ray, for all you've done for all of us.
Well, thank you. I thank everybody for the kind comments. And once again, I thank the community for allowing me to serve this long. It's been a good time.
If there's nothing further to come before the body, nothing further to come before the body, we are adjourned.